Yes, well, thank you very much for joining us this Saturday morning. We're absolutely delighted to be supporting our amazing and growing community of non-technical but tech-loving founders and builders. Um, I myself am one of those people. I've spent many years with great ideas and no way to make those great ideas happen. So today we're going to show you how you can literally build your dream project. Now, we're not saying that you're going to be able to build it to a point of selling it, but you're definitely going to be able to build it and click it and love it. My place here is co-founder of the business, but I'm also growth director. I've worked all around the world. I've worked in everything from record companies to commodities exchanges, but have a really solid idea as to what it takes to get a great idea to market. I'm also the Deputy Secretary of the British Blockchain Association. So again, like most of us here, I'm a non-technical person with a really deep love of technology. So delighted to be here today. And as I said, what we're going to do today is then put you in the capable hands of Sarah Simeone, who's my co-founder. She'll introduce herself. Again, an impressive background, but essentially a sleeves up, get it done kind of person. So, this is not kind of high level. This is us getting down with you and helping you build. So Sarah will introduce herself now.
Yeah, again, similar to Deborah, I've been a founder of tech startups now for 8 years. I started, of course, with a Web3 startup just because I wanted my life to be easy. And I went basically all in, from finding a co-founder to actually building a product, raising funds, pitching across the globe. And then I realized that basically I needed to actually start building these applications myself because I had a lot of ideas. And thankfully, AI-assisted coding tools were becoming pretty much mainstream last year. So I went back to study again because I believe in lifelong learning. And I just basically created NoCodeLabs as a segue to all this learning, just to democratize really this learning path and make sure that everybody is with us on this journey, because so many times technology runs ahead and we are falling behind. So this is the reason why I just wanted to start this project. And of course, I mean, my background is very much technical, ad tech, martech, working for big corporate companies all my life. And I renounced big salaries and for in exchange for very exciting life in the startup space, and will never regret a moment in it. So I welcome you all into this world, because I mean it's going to be thrilling, lonely, but also very exciting and rewarding from a personal and professional point of view. So welcome everyone, and yes, I leave it to Deb now to do the introductions.
So basically today we're going to do a, pardon the pun, a little bit of a vibe check. So in the chat, if you wouldn't mind just putting, obviously you may not have a company name just yet, but if you just add to your name, and just maybe just let us know who's kind of has any technical backgrounds. Have you built an app before? Have you tried and failed? Just in the chat, if you can just give us a little ideas to your name and what your experience is, and then we can kind of take it from there. We're going to be using the chat a little bit through the whole session. So yeah, it'd be great just to get you registered in here. I would be in the category of attempted but failed, but actually I'll talk about that in a little bit of detail. I've now attempted and succeeded, so that's quite good.
Great.
Thank you so much for putting that in the chat. That's great.
Okay. I don't see any messages though, do I? Do you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now. Perfect. Probably there was a bit of lagging. Fantastic. Yes, I know, Cap. I know the feeling of working with CTOs and try to brief these people. It's an experience on its own. Look, from Sign Trade, founding engineering, Oh, fantastic. Formerly gone to University of Computer Science and I've been coding for around 7 years. Look, this is amazing, actually. You know why? Because we had a lot of engineers and software developers at our classes and also our accelerator. So you will, I'm pretty sure, look, if you come on, if you just unmute yourself, it would be very, very interesting to hear your experience with regards to briefing documents. You know, are you there?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm pretty sure you're very familiar with product requirement documents and briefing teams, right?
Yeah, I've worked with a few like smaller teams throughout the years. It's usually me and like two other people or three other people.
Yeah,
But
that's something.
I've gotten used to like organizing code and doing things in the proper way, using
Yeah, I mean,
GitHub mainly
that's
regarding
fantastic.
that.
That's great. Great. Let's hope that you're going to find this session useful because I mean, a lot of the developers normally they really like the second part of this. So great. Thank you so much, everyone, for putting this information in. Let's proceed. So that.
So if we take a look at today's agenda, I'm not sure if anybody has a hard stop at 11, but as I said, if you do, we will be recording the session. We can share it with you. But today's agenda is light but rapid. We're going to get you to a good point pretty quickly. Um, Basically the foundation and setup, the platform and the project description. Are you ready to create? You've obviously got your ideas. That's fantastic. We're going to talk a little bit about vibe coding from our perspective and kind of explain that to you. And then obviously talk a little bit about some success stories. I've already kind of shared that with Holly already, but we'll kind of fly through that as well. Then we'll be looking at what's called a product requirement document. For those that do or don't know, you need to have one of these when you're building out your project. It gives you clarity, it gives you focus, and it means you don't overbuild. What we've actually created from our side, which is very unique, is we've actually built an AI agent to build your product requirements. This supercharges and super accelerates the process. It also means that when you're on the IDEs or integrated development environments, that you're not wasting lots and lots of expensive credits. And we're going to be sharing that with you today. This is something that we've built ourselves. Um, I say ourselves. Sarah has built this incredible piece of technology. I call it the magic lamp because the output is just incredible. Then this then creates a professional prompt that we can then use in one of the IDEs so we can start prototyping. Then basically we're going to invite the first 3 projects that have come through the IDEs to showcase what you've done, and then we're going to do lightning demos at the end. So basically this is a group build, group success session, so we hope you enjoy it. So basically, we're talking about the foundation and the setup for today. We know we have a mixed level of experiences in the room, and we're delighted with that because that makes for a far more interesting session. The session is recorded. Ask any questions anytime. You can either raise your hand or you can put them in the chat. We'll get to you as soon as we possibly can. If you have any tech issues, we'll help you fix them. And if you like what you hear today, then of course you can share within your own network, but there's no obligation to do so. So, what is vibe coding? It's a revolution in application building. When we say application, we don't just mean apps, we mean websites, we mean all manner of different digital products. And basically, we use English as the programming language to build functionalities and components. You're going to hear different terminologies, but basically the AI coding builders or IDEs, these integrated development environments, we're going to show you how those work. And you have the potential to launch a full MVP in 4 weeks, but today is the starting point of that. AI will handle most of the technical complexity, so please don't worry about that. And as Sarah has said, we should give in to the vibes and forget the code just for now. So the platforms that make that possible, we're platform agnostic. We don't really mind which platforms you use. I myself use Lovable. I find it quite user-friendly. But you know, as projects develop, you'll find that you'll move between different IDEs. But they're all kind of outlined here. And why these platforms work? Well, the built-in AI understanding of kind of development best practices is already embedded. You get instant previews of your output, so you can kind of visualize what you need to change. And then there's no setup or configuration needed. It's literally you just log in, create a free account, and you can get going straight away. And that creates professional grade output from day one. So I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised at what you see.
Okay, so I'm gonna go on this one. This is not going to be news for some of you, like Luke, who's been developing his own life. But for those ones who are a bit less technical, we need to understand the core pillars of your applications. And normally you have a front end, which is basically what your users feel, you see, and touch. The buttons runs normally in the user's browser. I always like to say, think it of, the restaurant's dining room and the menu, okay? Then we have a backend, which is the engine behind the scenes. Here is where you're basically going to handle all the requests, process data, manage the business logic. It can be very daunting at first when you're actually seeing these database backends, actually. But it's not going to be something that we're going to look into details today. But think it as the restaurant's kitchen and stuff, right? So then we have a database, of course, where all your information live. Here is where you store all your user data, profiles, content, settings, analytics. And I like to say here is think it as the restaurant's inventory and recipe storage. And finally, we have the APIs, which are the messengers between all these components, and they enable basically the communication between the client and the server and allow basically the front end to request the data from the back end and vice versa, and many other things, of course. We're simplifying things here. So in this case, think it as the waiters carrying the orders between the dining room and the kitchen. Are we okay with this? All good? Great, perfect. So today we're going to focus mainly on the front end, but as I said before, please feel free to come on the 19th of September to our session in London together with CAP and Superteam, because we're going to basically look in also into the other sections. All right, today's promise: in the next 45 minutes or so, you create a clickable prototype worth at least 2,000 euros or pounds or dollars in the UK without writing a single line of code. So we really hope that this is actually going to, really help you to boost your project. And this is probably going to be the beginning of your new life as Vibe coders. So the part two is all about our product requirement document agent. Deb?
So basically what we're going to do here is, I spoke a little bit about what a product requirement document actually is. And this is your app's GPS. It creates focused, powerful prompts. It reduces token usage, or what you'll probably hear in the vernacular is credits. It minimizes bugs and errors that non-code people or non-technical people really wouldn't understand how to do. It rapidly speeds up development, and it gives you an environment where you can very easily test, change, and preview. So we have created our own PRD agent, as I said, the magic lamp, as I call it. And we've already processed 500 different business ideas through this PRD, all of which have been built on IDEs. So we've trained, almost 500 people on this methodology, and we think you're going to enjoy the next step.
And just in the past 4 months, by the way.
Yes.
So this it's quite interesting, how this is growing very quickly, and we're really happy for you to actually be here. So in the next few minutes, what we're going to do basically as the first pillar for you is to actually create a prompt. Okay, so I will ask you actually to share your screens. But first of all, I would like you to actually click on the link that Deborah has just shared in the chat. Now, what we realize is that many people, even if they have an idea in mind, when it comes to actually creating the features, technical features for your products, probably, you just think like, oh my God, I have to build so many things. However, a very important and necessary rule to have is sometimes to, just reduce the amount of complexity and just basically strip it down. And that's why we created this little chatbot that is going to help you to actually streamline your idea. Now, what I would like to do is to actually have someone to share your screen so that, I'm going to tell you exactly what's happening behind the scenes. Who would like to be sharing? Who wants to share?
Yep. Sarah,
Yeah.
Ediana is going to share.
Yeah, great.
I'm
Can
going to
you
work out
please?
how to do it first. It's just
Yes.
at the
Yeah,
bottom,
no,
isn't it?
just if you
At the
share,
bottom.
yes, at the bottom there is a green button,
Yeah,
share.
send request.
Perfect.
Okay. I don't know if you can see.
Let's see.
See you.
I can't see it, but if you can see it.
Not yet.
Let me open this bigger and just see. Okay, entire screen, share, open system settings. I'm guessing
Might be locked
it's
out.
all, I think it's all, this is probably the first one I've done.
It's probably a privacy setting, maybe.
Yeah, so Zoom,
Take your time, there's no.
oh, okay, password. It says may not be able to record the contents of your screen until it is quit. So should I quit?
That's fine.
Quit and reopen? Oh, I'm going to leave the meeting. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Leave or
Yeah.
should I, or somebody, maybe someone else can do it easy.
Yeah. Holly, do you want to go perhaps?
Yeah,
or George or Luke?
I don't mind.
Yeah, go.
Let me share my.
It's just like, for us to actually show everyone what this is. Okay, so thank you so much, Holly. We can see that. So what the way it works basically is just adding here a description, a sentence of your project, Holly, similar to what you've done basically in the chat before.
Okay, so just say like, I'm creating an app.
Yeah.
Something. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
And this
plain language,
yes.
right? So it's just whatever. This is the step before the PRD. So this is literally just to kind of help you think about what we're going to put into the PRD. So plain language is fine.
Okay.
And it's a very good practice as well, because most of the times during these accelerators, I'm pretty sure that you will get exercises on value proposition and how to basically structure your business or what is it that your business offers. And basically this is it. It's just like talking to a friend. Hey, what are you building? Like, your elevator pitch, so to speak. So here Ollie says, I'm creating an app for children with anxiety and their parents with linked accounts, complete with journaling, daily check-ins, as well as coping mechanism. Okay.
I think that's like probably a
Yeah.
very simple
Go.
thing.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Go on. So what the chatbot is going to do now is to return three main core areas. There you go. So it's basically telling you a little bit more about your project. So empower children, support parents with our intuitive mobile app. Is a mobile app the one you wanted to create, by the way, Holly, or is this more like of a web app?
No, it'll be a mobile app. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so it grabbed it. It's designed to help your individual manage anxiety. Then the ideal target audience are parents of children between 6 and 12 experiencing mild to moderate anxiety. Do you think this is accurate, Holly?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. Although
Cool.
my target is more 7 to 16, but obviously I didn't say
Yeah.
that, so.
Of course, but then that is something that you can refine later on. And then these are some features, technical features. So secure linked parent-child accounts. I think this is actually quite an important one. So it enable parents to safely monitor their child's progress, review journal entries, and engage, of course, with coping strategy. Then another one would be an interactive digital journaling and mood tracking. So you just need to provide children with a private, engaging space. And the third feature would be curated library of evidence-based coping mechanisms. Would you say that this is something that is, would you agree with this as first 3 steps?
Yeah, as a first sort of thing, absolutely, yeah.
Great. Okay, keep this here, and don't leave this page, please. George and Adiana and Luke, how is it going on your side?
All good.
Yeah. What did you get, George?
I haven't. I basically copied over the link from my website.
Yeah,
and then
you
it
can do
just
that.
sort of rewrote a product description. So I'm going to try instead to explain my business rather than just copying my web address.
Yeah, and actually the chat agent was also trained to grab information from a web address. So, you know,
Okay.
so you can do that as well. You know, just check though that this is actually, that is grabbing an information that you need.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. What about Diana and Luke? Is everything going well on your side?
Yeah, so I put in the prompt for mine as well, just like kind of the founding statement, but I built out my app pretty extensively already, but I'm just using it as a
Of
reference.
course. Of course. I mean, and this is actually like, you know, if you want like even for a pitch deck or something, you know, it's just like you can still do that. And also for marketing as well, perhaps if you're a little bit more, you know, let's say direct and specific about, you know, your target audience, then perhaps, you know, you can extend this and this could become audiences as well for potential advertisement later on down the line. Diana,
Yeah.
what about you?
Yeah, so I have basically already created my app. So I've already,
Yeah.
it's the same kind of thing, but I've just typed it in, and then like I can't remember who just said that. Like, so I've just put in, I'm creating an app for meditation stories based on, and then I put my website address. So it's interesting to see what it's come up with and the information that it's given
Great.
on this, as you say, kind of.
Is it accurate or?
Yeah, I was just skim reading it. So I mean, it's, I think it's kind of taken some of the stuff that was written on my website, so that's accurate. And then audio streaming. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be. Yeah, I'm skim reading it, but it seems to be accurate with everything that is described.
Perfect. All right. So now let's go to step 2, which is like, you know, we're going to feed this information that you have just got from this chat agent into your PRD agent. So Deborah just pasted as well a link to the PRD agent. Holly, it would be great if you could actually click on that since we are still sharing your screen. And let's put that in. Great. And now in here, please put your name, your company name, or your project name, in case, of course, you don't have that. And now the product description should be the first bit in there. Yeah, great, that one.
Sorry, the Zoom thing is like gone on top of my, there we go.
Oh yeah, no worries.
It went over my tab, so
your
I couldn't
tab, yeah. Yeah. Great, target audience.
I mean, if you did want to make any changes to that, you could just make it here.
Yes, make it in here.
7 to 16.
Yeah. Perfect. And finally, the features. Great. So let's continue. So what this is going to do, basically, behind the scenes, there are a series of agents that are going to basically take your information and start creating some MVP features, including user stories. So Holly, it will take quite some time for this to, not some time, but, you know, a minute or so to actually create the whole thing. But, you know, in this case, for instance, you can already see there is like, you know, the feature list is 1, the secure linked parent client account. So if you can start scrolling, you know, there are some acceptance criteria, and then creation and linking, of course. Then there are user stories as well that you may want to use as well in case you wanted to brief a developer later on down the line. Child consent management, because you know you need to consider the legal aspects as well. And then if you go to the second agent, you're going to see here some wireframes. Now, these boxes, by the way, they are basically like, you know, imagine them as little screenshots of your welcoming and onboarding. Like, you know, imagine that this is like, you know, not it's like a visual representation, but not in a very nice look and feel. But if you feed this one to an IDE, it's actually going to create a page like that. Then it's giving you a screen 2 child profile setup. Then it's giving you a daily check-in landing page, you see, with some states as well, and some options for the children, guided journaling as well, landing page. And then a coping mechanisms, an activity, child view. Then it's giving you a parent dashboard where there are information about, the information that the child gives. And then we have a global navigation menu that is accessed from the parent dashboard. And I mean, if you see it scrolling up, it's because it's still working, by the way, on your app.
Oh, okay. Jumped up. I was like, oof.
Yeah. It's just basically still working. Okay, let's keep going down. And then you have basically some edge cases in case there is a network error, for instance. What's going to happen? What kind of landing page are we going to show? There are some other loading states. That's okay, you don't need to worry. Then it's giving you some style guides recommendations based on your on your actual target audience, some typography as well, that you can use, the button styles. So it's going really from the technical side all the way down to the look and feel. And now we are going to basically, if you keep scrolling down, great. So you go have some annotation and explanations. This is actually quite important. For instance, if we wanted to give the brief to, again, to a developer, we need to basically think about the welcome, the onboarding, the child profile setup, the accessibility as well, the requirements, some assumptions, of course, and then a quality checklist that you can bring with you and just tick, tick, tick. And finally, you're going to basically, then some lightweight technical specifications as well. Again, these are more technical, but quite an interesting one to read. We're not going to read them in depth now, but you can keep going, scroll down. It's going to give you also some how to structure basically all your backend. Then it's going to give you some information on the APIs soon. So if you scroll down, keep scrolling down, yes, it's like the schema, the microservice architecture. So what kind of APIs you need to create. Let's keep scrolling. Some API definitions, which are quite interesting as well for yourself and someone else, especially when you're going to start developing the backend. Let's keep going because it's quite a long document. And then, of course, the data formats is suggesting some data formats. Okay, keep going. These are some errors, some edge cases. You don't need to worry about the meaning of these things now, but also it's quite interesting. It's giving you some analytics and how to handle all of this. And finally, this is basically the feedback. So this is basically like, imagine it as a little, summary for your dev team. Now, what I would like you to do is to scroll to the bottom of this page, of this agent actually. So this is basically a summary for everyone, right? So just so it's more digestible, and you could potentially share this information with anyone. So let's keep going down. Perfect. I want you to actually go to the bottom so I can show you something. All right. Now, if you click on the little refresh button at the bottom on the left-hand side, so I hope that everybody's following us. Can you give me a thumbs up if you are following us as well? Are we all here?
I might have missed a step because my son was asking me something. I'm still scrolling to the bottom.
Yeah, scroll to the bottom.
It
That's
says it keeps
fine.
on. Oh, it keeps on.
Look, it's
I
with
keep on
us.
thinking I'm getting there, and then it
Yeah,
keeps
no,
saying there's
it's
more.
scrolling up. Yeah, because it's a long document.
Yeah.
So now, please, Holly, click on give follow-up feedback. And please write in there, give me a markdown format, markdown, yeah, one word, format of my prompt, of this description as a prompt. right. Send.
Can I just ask, I've gotten to the bottom, but it doesn't seem to be a bit to type anything in.
Did you click on that refresh button?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if you click on the refresh button, all you have to do basically is to just say, give me a markdown of the prompt.
I've pressed on it. It says give follow-up feedback or clear history and
that one.
feedback.
Yeah,
there we
that
go.
one.
Okay, thank you.
Just give me a markdown format of the prompt. Interesting. So you'd actually, can you close this one, by the way, Holly? Can you please close this window? Can you close this window, please? I just want you to redo it, and please, because.
So do you want me to reopen?
Yeah, reopen it and give it again, and just basically say, give me a markdown of this prompt, markdown as one word, and also just add .md file, .md in brackets, .md lower cap format. Yeah.
.md lower cap.
Yeah, lower cap.
You want me to write lower?
No, just put it in lower caps.
Cap. Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Like .md. Yeah, but with a space in between MD and format. Yeah, okay, perfect. Just send it again. And in the meantime, whilst you're running this, Luke, just wanted to speak to Luke, who is the resident developer here. What did you think about the markdown?
That's pretty nice. It looks very nice. I'm looking at the appendices and glossary. Is that what you want to make a markdown?
No, it's just basically, by the way, sorry, Holly, that is basically your first markdown. You had it at the top of this page. So as soon as this is gonna finish, you can just basically that one. Yes. So for everyone, this is basically, you have to finish. Yeah, it's gonna finish basically. Sorry, Holly, it's like,
okay.
it's gonna ask you to finish. But look, what do you think about this product requirement document? Because I know that a lot of developers have to basically create quite a lot of these documents. Did you find it accurate?
No, yeah, it's very accurate. It's very nice. It's very extensive. And this would be really good to put into a cursor, for example, or something like that. Yeah, 100%. I got the markdown at the bottom already generated. I didn't have to edit it.
Perfect, great. I mean, sometimes, it comes up and sometimes it doesn't. So it's just like, that was like a little feedback. So Holly, you can actually scroll up and take that markdown. So the markdown basically is at the top, is in that black box at the top that you had here. So that one. So this is basically is your prompt. Okay, so this is going to be a very specific prompt for any IDE. So what happens basically is that when you're going to go to the likes of Lovable and many others, you're going to basically write, prepare a nice, an app of my whatever app that you want to create. And unfortunately, that is not enough for a lot of these apps. We are already in the, field of context engineering, which is the next step. I think, what's going to be the next evolution of vibe coding. We need to give a lot of context to these platforms in order to get the desired results. Is anyone created this? George, Adriana? Are we all okay? Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, you've done it.
Perfect. Now that you have this, I would like you to go to your preferred IDE. Look, you already have, Luke and Adriana, you already have an app, even George, you guys already have an app, but I just still want you to actually put this prompt in any IDE of your choice. Look, in your case would be Cursor. Adriana, I don't know if you already have built this with any vibe coding platforms, but if not, you can go to lovable.dev.
Yeah, so I've got it on Lovable, so I can go
Fabulous.
see if I can start a new one.
Project. Yes, actually, Holly, do you mind switching this, just terminate and the presentation? But Adriana, are you able to share your screen now by any chance?
Oh gosh, I can try and do it again then. Hold on. I think because I
Because I want to see. Yeah.
I needed to allow.
Oh yeah, now we do.
Oh, can you see it? There you go.
Now we do. Yes.
Right.
So is this your website? Is this your
is
website
the
with
app
Lovable so
that
far?
this is the app that I've been building.
Fantastic.
So, actually, you know what? So I'm going to minimize my screen because I can't see
That's
it properly.
okay.
You're all in the corner. Let me make
That's
it a bit
okay.
bigger.
No, that's fine.
Okay. So if I just go to, I can show you. So I didn't know how to do any of this before. I typed it all in individually. And in this section here, I basically described everything I wanted. And anytime something didn't work, I was like, it hasn't worked. It's still not working. I've been doing this for hours. You're still not working. So I've been at it for ages, talking at it. But I've managed to, because I didn't know like what this section was called and stuff, so I've learned like the hero section and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I didn't know any of this, so I'm like, this section, and then eventually it says, do you want me to do this on the hero section? I'm like, yeah, okay. So I've been kind of learning by default.
That's amazing. And this is how we learn, actually, learn by doing. That's what we encourage every single time. So you got to a point where you got like, a functional app at the moment, right? So what I would Let's open a new window though. I would like you to actually put your prompt, the prompt that you got from the PRD, and add it into a new Lovable window, if that's possible.
Lovable. So shall I do
paste it in there? Paste in the
bit
chat.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just double check that I've saved. Oh, where is it?
Yeah, you just basically copy there. Perfect.
Copy.
Yes. And paste it in there.
Paste.
Great, and go.
Okay.
So
I bet it'd be nicer than my one. I'm going to be like, oh no, I've start all over again.
No, I don't. No, probably it's just going to be like, it's going to have different functionalities. It's probably like, remember, this is just like, the beginning of your application. But you know what you just said about, I didn't know about the hero, and then there is going to be an oath, and then there is going to be like, something else is going to come up. Normally, this document should clarify a lot of these things to the platform, to Lovable in this case. So let's see what it's going to come up with, and we will see. How is everyone else doing? Holly, did you manage to put it into Lovable? George, Luke, I guess that you're using Cursor there.
George? I don't actually, I'm not actually using Lovable.
What are you using?
My entire build is all with Shopify. I built all my website and everything out with Shopify.
Okay, that's interesting though. You could still connect your Shopify backend with a, whatever front end that you can build. You want to build like, with one of these IDEs. By the way, I think Shopify right now has got an MCP server as well. I'm not going to go into details, but you could potentially consider linking the two in case you wanted to, make it better, make it look prettier, because I know Shopify has got a lot of limitations as well when it comes to, making not good-looking websites, but I'm pretty sure, George, you've managed to do something that pleases you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it in a chat, but I'm relatively happy with my website at the moment, because I recently got a new Shopify theme, and then someone that I met through HelpBnk literally helped me completely rebuild it. But I'm relatively happy with the way it looks, and it's got all like,
it looks gorgeous. Oh my God, it looks gorgeous.
I appreciate that.
It really does look very good. Now, one thing I would say is that in case you wanted to build like, how to use this, vibe coding tools in your case, in case you wanted to do something like, different. So you can still use these vibe coding tools to create a lot of things. Agents, to start with, you can just basically do like lead magnets in case you wanted to do like, in case you didn't want to build too much on top of your site, you can always basically build some very cool things outside of it and then link them. Okay, here we get the mindful tales. Doesn't look as pretty as yours, I would say, but let's take a look at the features. Let's take a look at the features.
Sorry, both of us. Okay, darling, I'll be with you in a bit. You can watch TV. You can watch TV.
No worries.
I'm busy. You can watch TV. It's fine.
Yes, exactly.
Had like, can I watch TV? Okay, right. So start. Yeah. So let's have a look. Yeah. So it's got start your adventure, journal, community, new story. So it's similar, but yeah, I'm glad. I've taken my time with my one because it's not what I want at all.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was basically and it started off quite similarly when I did it, and I was like, no, I don't like this, change the wording for that, and I literally would write everything that I wanted different in this bit here. So
by the way, you know that you can also use, you don't need to prompt it. So if you go to the edit button in the chat, you see that there is in the chat an edit on the left. Yeah, there. And if you go back to the right hand side, in there, you should be able to click, for instance, on something.
Oh, so if I did that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You can actually now write your different copy without spending credits.
Okay, that's good.
So you see, yeah, so it's very important. It's just like, you see that you've got a little chat, ask for quick changes. In there, but you can also no, you don't need to put it in the chat there. Okay. On the right hand side. Now, when you are on edit, you can just basically edit your landing page. So you see in here, you can just remove, instead of saying welcome to your journey, you can just basically say, welcome to whatever brand. Just type in whatever you want. I mean, it's just like, you see, to Willow. Perfect.
Oh God, I can't type at the moment. Can I change the font on it?
Yes, you can as well. You can just basically, but this is basically a few things that you can definitely do. And if you wanted to, yes, and if you wanted to, for instance, do different types of changes, like, in this case, for instance, change my font to this specific font, you can still basically stay in there. And you see that there is a chat, it says there, for quick changes. Can you see that in there, by the way?
Am I being blind? Whereabouts?
Yes, it's basically
there.
that one.
Okay,
yes, there. So basically, saying here, ask for quick changes, like, change to this font or whatever you want.
It's not letting me do anything with that.
That's very interesting. Okay, so you know what? You're using also Safari, and Safari is not very good with Lovable. I would always recommend you to actually use Chrome for anything. Sorry? Chrome, Google Chrome.
Okay, yeah.
So use Google Chrome for all of these IDEs. Safari is very restrictive. I wouldn't use it. Okay, so the applications anyway are, the journal, the community, everything in terms of functionalities that you put in there should be there. Now you are still in edit mode, so you can exit edit mode.
How do I do it?
Click on ask on your on your keyboard. Just ask.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, great.
I'm not technology.
No worries at all. That's fine. And then now you can click, for instance, on fantasy journeys. I would like to see if these buttons are actually still working.
Sorry,
yes.
It says so discard.
Oh no, don't discard because you want to cancel, save.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. And now it's saving your change, because otherwise it was going to, so go down and journal. Yeah, let's see if that journal works. Actually, perhaps it doesn't.
So
because
this
of course,
I had to type in for this. I was like, I can't access the pages. So, and then it did loads of stuff on this side saying, oh, I'm going to do it now so that you can view it. And yeah, so I had to keep on saying, no, I can't see this page. Can you do it so I can edit it? And then it created like a a list, a drop down list, so I could go to each page. So I had to kind of literally prompt it to do all of those things though.
By the way, you can access all your landing pages from the top. You see that if you go, you see where invite is on the left hand side, you see that there is like, you know, the screen, like with a dash, forwards dash, no, left, go to your left. Yeah,
oh, this,
there. Yeah, so you see that you only have one page in here, and that is basically your home. So every single time that you want to basically go in between pages, you can just basically always click in here, and then you will go from one page to the other.
If there is more, then it will.
If there is more, yes, correct.
So
look
at the one that I've already got.
Yes,
oh,
exactly. You see?
Yeah.
You see, so if you want to basically edit a page, just basically go in there and just basically add that page. So let's keep going. Scroll down, please. I just want to. No, you cannot do that.
Okay.
You cannot do that. So don't do that. No. Sleep stories. Okay, so let's click on one of these feature stories. I just want to understand. You see the feature stories. In there, just click on this one. I want to see if there is something. No, it doesn't click anyway. So these are some of, it's just the beginning anyway. So this is how, you know, the way I would see this in your case, Adriana, is if there are any features that you weren't thinking of, that you've already, you know, that perhaps this is something that you may want to reuse as, you know, in your existing Lovable site. So for instance, say, you know what, I didn't think about the feature stories. I'm going to basically add that part. Now in your product requirement document, you also have all the use cases and perhaps use chunks of that document to instruct Lovable. The more descriptive you are, the better. And I think that that is probably where you can save a lot of credits by understanding the structure of, you know, and what you want to do.
Everything.
Correct. And that's why the PRD is actually very helpful, especially like at the beginning. So read it, understand the how it communicates, you know, with you know, the language it uses. There is a glossary at the bottom as well, by the way. So you may want to actually read that glossary and continue, take it from there.
I'm writing notes.
Yeah. Ollie, how is it going on your side?
Yeah, good. Well, mine kind of just created like a page.
Yeah.
But nothing's really clickable other than like I'm a kid or I'm a parent. I actually have I think I could do my like description again because I have a very, very strong like color branding and things. Like I have like mock-ups I've made on Canva and things like that. So I think that will really help. Like obviously that first initial thing probably didn't really explain much. Like I want AI in mine and stuff. So there's quite a lot. Yeah, I think I could sort of refine what I put into that initial AI bot to create that first prompt, and then that would help Lovable create something a bit better.
Yeah,
Ollie,
like the images, I've got like this is my own image and stuff, so I've been able to put images in it and then say put this as a background.
Yes, exactly. So the whole point of this, guys, is just to basically give you some structure. Obviously, this is just like, you know, quick test, right? But it's to actually help you to actually understand how these tools work and structure better your projects, because now you understand the limitations. And you understand also what you want differently. And this is going to save you so much time and so many credits. So look at this as how can I optimize, you know, my time now going forward, because you know what you don't want. And that is also going to inform what you want. So look at this from this angle as well. Okay. George, look, how is it going on your side? Did you, by the way, use the PRD in some way, shape, or form, or?
Yeah, I put the markdown in on a Next.js, like a blank Next.js app.
Yeah.
And then it made a few pages and it did some API routes.
That's great.
Yeah,
what did you think about it?
Structured things pretty well. Yeah, it's a you know it's a good boilerplate to like start with.
Yeah, it's just a
That's
starting point, right? It's just a starting
Yeah.
point for building on top, of course, depending on how you use it.
Yeah, it has a good amount of features and stuff. It's pretty good.
Okay, Good to know. It's always like, good to learn from a lot of the devs in the room as well, and understand, like, and hear that this is actually a useful document that can be reused, and people are using this in so many different ways. We've seen people that are using this to brief developers, the developers that are using some of the boilerplates as well to get started, some, so many different functions. All right. Okay, Cap, how is it going on your side?
Should I stop screen sharing?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm here taking notes, so everyone can follow up afterwards.
Perfect. All right, guys, I'm conscious of time, and I'm just basically, we've done already a lot. We covered so much today. Obviously, this is just like, an initial, as we said, like, the beginning of something for some. And of course, I mean, just an interesting session for others. We already gone through everything. We just basically, yes, we just basically seen a little bit of a lightning showcase as well. Obviously, you will need to refine some of your PRDs potentially, like, Holly, as we said, and just basically be as prescriptive as possible. Exactly your products. Sometimes I also say that this is actually very helpful because we can we can actually sorry, we can actually, sorry, oh, what's going on here? Oops. Are you still seeing my screen? Oops. Sorry, guys. What is going on here? Where is my duck? Can you see my duck?
Not at the minute.
What happened to my duck? My old duck has disappeared, guys. Where is it? We just basically lost the duck. That's interesting. Google Chrome, thank you very much. Here, finally. Okay, can you see my duck?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay, good. Can you see my duck? Great. As we said at the beginning, technical misunderstandings happen. So the most important thing for you guys basically is just to understand how to handle these, these AI tools as well. Because, I mean, having a chatbot, for instance, having a PRD agent, we always need to review these things with a critical mind. You are in charge of your products, and you should try to be as specific as possible when it comes to prompting these tools. Okay, so now I mean, just my suggestion is actually another one. You've got pitch decks, I'm pretty sure, and you've got a lot of information. Just use those decks as well, right, to help you refine, the initial prompts that you're giving to some of these, agents. Whether you're using, Gemini or Claude or ChatGPT, just basically, make sure that you just basically use them in the correct way. Okay, Deb, anything from your side?
No, we look forward to staying in touch. We look forward to hearing about your projects. We appreciate today that a number of you have projects in progress. We hope you found the PRD output interesting. As I said, we have a really good community of people that are willing and able to help you as you move through your development journey. We have useful tips, shortcuts, all of those things, and we really welcome you to kind of join us. We'll see some of you in London on the 19th of September, and yeah, thank you very much for coming today.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much
for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
We're gonna see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys.